Good morning to you, Danica. Yeah, the short answer to everything that's going on for the viewers this morning is that there is no clear winner at this stage, but it looks as though this hour all of the momentum is with Joe Biden. So it's going to come down to a couple of states in the north, Wisconsin and Michigan. But first of all, big picture, right? So there's still about half a dozen states that are still to be declared. But if we're following current trends, it looks as though Donald Trump is going to pick up Georgia, North Carolina, and again, if they follow current trends, it looks as though he may be able to pick up Pennsylvania. But again, these things can change from hour to hour. As for Joe Biden, if we head over to the West Coast, it looks like he's going to pick up Nevada and Arizona. Again, these things can change from time to time, but this is if we're following current trends. And if that happens, it's all going to come down to two states. That's Michigan and Wisconsin in the north. First of all, to Wisconsin. So most of the vote in Wisconsin, and it's worth 10 electoral votes in the Electoral College, most of the vote has now been counted, but it's really tight. So Joe Biden's got the advantage or the edge of about 20,000 votes. Now, Donald Trump's campaign believes that that is worth a recount. So they want to do all of that again, just in that state. So we heard from the campaign manager a short time ago. A statement was issued. It's from Bill Stepien. And he said, despite ridiculous public polling used as a voter suppression tactic, Wisconsin has been a razor-thin race, as we always knew that it would be. There have been reports of irregularities in several Wisconsin counties, which raise serious doubts about the validity of the results. So this is the key line here. The president is well within the threshold to request a recount, and we will immediately do so. So at this stage, it's just a threat. We'll have to see whether they go through with that or not. Now, we have heard from Megan Wolfe. She is the state election official in Wisconsin. She said a little bit earlier that everything has been transparent. Everything has been above board. This is her a short time ago.
So Wisconsin's counting and reporting of unofficial results has gone according to law. Our municipal and county clerks have worked tirelessly throughout the night to make sure that every valid ballot has been counted and reported accurately. Despite more absentee ballots, the evening proceeded in a very normal fashion. Our election was executed with precision, and it's also, every step of the process is publicly observable. And I think that's really important. Every step of the elections process is publicly observable.
Now, we are expecting to hear a statement from Joe Biden very soon, but when it comes to Donald Trump, well, he's had a very active morning, just looking at his Twitter account. So first of all, we'll just pick one of the main ones. They are finding, Donald Trump says, Biden votes all over the place. In Pennsylvania, Wisconsin and Michigan. So bad for our country. That's just one of several tweets that Donald Trump posted this morning. And if our audience needs a reminder of the action that he took last night, here is a refresher where Donald Trump has threatened to take things to the courts.
This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay?
Okay, so we've identified Wisconsin. Now let's move over to Michigan. Michigan is an even bigger state when it comes to the Electoral College. It's worth 16 votes on the Electoral College, but like Wisconsin, it's so tight there. Most of the vote has already been done. There's about 4% left, but the gap is 50,000 votes, so a little bit wider, but still, it's a very close one to call. That's in Michigan, but because of all the votes that are coming in by post, that's giving Joe Biden the advantage. And we heard from the Secretary of State from Michigan a short time ago, and this is what they had to say, expecting that there will be an official result very soon.
My team has sent reminders to counties to get let me repeat, all of our results counted today. Every legal vote will count. We have saved days and days. You're going to be waiting a long time in some of these states. We're doing fine, and we're really pleased with, we'll be off everyone's radar, and they'll be worried about the states up north.
Another interesting development of the day applies to the state of Georgia. Now, I mentioned earlier that if current trends are being followed, then it looks as though the president is going to pick up Georgia. That, of course, has been a Republican stronghold for a very long time, but Joe Biden has made a surge there. But we thought the vote had just about been done in Georgia until state officials realised that they had miscounted the number. So they thought that there was only a couple of percentage points to go until they realised, well, no, there's still about 15% of the count of the vote that's still to be counted. So we heard from the Secretary of State in Georgia, who gave an update a short time ago, and this is what they said about that.
Now, I continue to expect, though I had for weeks said we expect results to be in by Friday. We're still certainly on track for that. But as I've also mentioned recently, we are on track to have our results in much sooner. I'll continue to expect that we'll have more information throughout the day. And as I mentioned last night, I'm optimistic but that by the end of the day, the majority of our ballots will be tabulated and will be much closer to having a full, if not a full and complete unofficial result to announce at that point.
Okay, so a bit of a correction there with the Secretaries of State of Georgia and Michigan, but the point of it is in Georgia that there is still another 200,000 votes left to count, but if we're looking at current trends, it still looks as though Donald Trump is going to be able to grab that, which again leads us back to those other two states, Danica, of Michigan and Wisconsin. Let's forget about Pennsylvania for now, because it looks as though Joe Biden, on current trends, could be able to win without Pennsylvania as long as he takes Wisconsin and Michigan, and at this point it looks as though he's going to be able to get them.
Yeah, certainly those are the real two key states to keep an eye on now, Michigan and Wisconsin, as you said, Pete. Thank you. We will keep in touch throughout the morning. And in breaking news, Donald Trump has won one of Maine's 4 electoral college votes. It's just one of 2 states that divide their votes. Joe Biden won the other 3.